Dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another Sitcast podcast episode, live stream, whatever you want to call it. Thank you to everyone tuning in tonight. We are going to be, from here on out, we're going to be streaming on the Sitcast podcast, channel. I kind of did it on the Paradox Nerd channel because I just kind of wanted to get this channel a little bit more exposure and traction. So hopefully it did the job, and hopefully we had spread the word that we're going to be on this channel from here on out. So joining me tonight, this man needs no introduction. He is my co-host of Sitcast. We got Sean Solo in the house. Sean,
what's up, everybody? How you doing?
As Han Solo said in The Force Awakens, I hate to use a sequel trilogy, but anyway, Sean, we're home.
Yeah, PJ, we're home.
We're home, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we got a special guest tonight, and this again, another person that needs no introduction. He's been on my show quite a few times. He's a good friend of mine, fellow YouTuber, very underrated YouTube channel, Knickknack's Plastic Planet. Well, Knickknack from Knickknack's Plastic Planet. Knickknack, thank you for joining us tonight.
No, thank you for having me, man. It's always a pleasure to come on board and chat up some Star Wars, man. I'm going to talk some Star Wars. Yeah,
it's always good.
It's always good, exactly. So one thing also as well is that a lot of people we started together, right? Knickknack, and ever since I think we did the first live stream where we talked with each other and we exchanged tips and tricks on how to do this YouTube thing. I am so happy 3 or 4 years later, we're still good friends, man. And I really appreciate your friendship.
Oh, of course, man. I'm honored, man. And it was really more of a one-way thing as far as exchanging tips, because you were much better at the YouTube thing than I was. But
man,
it was really kind of a one-way thing. But but no, I appreciate it, man. It's definitely a good brohood we have,
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. I just kind of want to address the chat real quick. I know we got a few tuning in tonight. We got RMD Collective. I actually shout out to RMD Collective. He's always been a good supporter of the Sitcast podcast and the Paradox Nerds. So he's always consistent about showing up on the show. So RMD, man, I actually know what, RMD, Sean, what do you think, man? He's a good support. I want to send him a poster.
Sounds
and
good.
Some sticker.
Yes.
RMD, you have my Instagram handle. Hit me up, man. I want to send you a poster, man. I really appreciate all the support you have given us throughout the year. So definitely hit me up. We got the Collector number 1 tuning in tonight. What's up, the Collector?
What's up, guys?
Also, let's get into it. Let's do some Star Wars bounty pickups. Ooh. So we'll start off with our guest tonight, Knickknack. Any recent Star Wars bounty pickups?
Yeah, actually. So one I'm doing a video on here, probably maybe even tonight, maybe tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And I don't have it down here, but I picked up the Gentle Giant Princess Leia statue, where she's kind of
nice.
It's a real nice, candid, iconic pose of her sitting in the detention cell.
Yes,
on the first Death Star from the first film, from the original film. Gorgeous piece. I don't normally buy Gentle Giants, but my good buddy Trav, who also is on my live stream from time to time, talked me into getting it, and no regrets there. It's pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, I got to see that in hand this week. It is very nice.
It's a very nice piece. Yeah. Very heavy too. It's like it's like that slab she's sitting on is like all polystone.
It's like when they designed it, they were thinking, oh, it's going to be like a bookend, because to me that's what it reminds me of, with the flat back, and it is
totally.
It weighs a lot.
Yeah, no, totally. You could totally do that. I don't know if I would do that because sometimes those
Yeah.
books can slip.
Yeah.
But you could.
Mhm.
It totally does have that feel to it. No, so I do have that. I showed off in a previous video on my channel, Knickknacks Plastic Planet. I got my wife picked me up the sail barge Jabba mural from Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I don't think
yeah.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like this mural that was actually on the sail barge in Return of the Jedi.
Oh,
And
okay.
it has Jabba surrounded. It's got some artistic license to it, but it's got Jabba, and he's like surrounded by like all these women. They look like they're all wearing like Egyptian pharaoh-esque headdresses and everything. It's totally crazy. And
Nice.
when I first saw that in Disney World last summer at Galaxy's Edge, I thought it was some kind of like, some Galaxy's Edge kind of Disney stuff. And then I actually watched Return of the Jedi, and there it was in the sail barge. And so I was like,
cool.
holy hell, I got to get this. So I got that as well. Maybe there's some Raiders of the Lost Ark inferences in there. You know how they kind of cross promoted those films together back in the day. But anyway, those are my two big pickups. But I'm pretty happy.
Nice, man. Congrats.
Thanks.
Congrats, Knickknack. Actually, just a curiosity. Where were you able to pick up that Princess Leia, General Giant Princess Leia's 6-scale statue?
You can get it now. You can get it for $197 right now on Amazon.
Oh, really?
197. I actually used reward points for my credit card too. Got it knocked down to about 175.
Nice.
So yeah. So
yeah, that is some good info to know because
I'm
interested in it. Yeah.
Tell you what, you can get it right now. You go on tonight. I hate to sound like Jeff Bezos here, but you go online right now, and you can, if you're a Prime member, you can probably have it by Saturday or something.
I know.
So everyone's like going to Amazon right now. So actually, the reason why I asked because I'm very curious about the sculpt itself, like the portrait, like from the pictures I've seen and the people that have it in hand. It looks great. Like, and I wanted to know, like, Knickknack, like, do you think the portrait looks good, or is it close in terms of the likeness?
It's close. It's close. When you're looking at Gentle Giants, I think they're not as crisp as like a hot toy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's more of a. I don't want to say it's more bland as far as the face sculpt goes, but it's more softer, I guess. It's not as crisp and as detailed as like a Hot Toys figure would be. But I mean, from I don't want to say like up close, it's you kind of like, well, it's not, but you know what, from across the room, it's gorgeous looking. And I know that sounds kind of bad, but I'm overall, I'm very happy with it. So
awesome. Shout out to KJ Smith. Thank you for tuning in tonight. KJ, I actually sent out your prize. Your prize, your prize pack. Let's put it that way. So hopefully you get it pretty soon, and let me know when you do get it. What's up, John Hensey tuning in? He's got the Darth Maul avatar, so pretty cool. We got lots to talk about. Yeah, I figure there's some news about Darth Maul, and we'll definitely get into that a little bit, but. Scott Barry's trying to hop in. Hopefully, I think he's having some internet stuff. Hopefully, he should be hopping in pretty soon. Yeah, man. The Gentle Giant stuff. The one thing I love about Gentle Giant is they just kind of like release a lot of stuff. They give you all the characters that we wish we had as a hot toy or a quarter scale statue. The only thing that's lacking is, I guess, the sculptors for Gentle Giant. Like, I feel like sometimes some of their sculpts are great and some of their sculpts are not so great. And I kind of wish that hopefully they could find that sweet spot where they just, they can just give you consistent pieces, like good looking pieces. So
yeah, their range seems to be a little longer than other companies. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's like it's pretty good, it's pretty dead on, but then other times you get like that Bespin Luke they previewed earlier. That looks, I don't know who that dude looks like, but it's not Mark Hamill at all.
Yeah,
so
man. But they did a good job on that Leia, though. Like, if you look at the details on the dress, the base, like that Leia's a home run. It's really good.
Yeah, I really like the way the dress. I would run upstairs and get it and bring it down here and show you guys, but I'd have to go up a flight of steps, and I don't want to like pull like that old Sesame Street skit with the baker, and he's like 15 coconut cream pies. He falls down the fucking stairs, So I don't want to do that. But I would go up and grab it. But anyway, I'll drop a video on it. But I do love the way the dress hangs on her. It looks really pristine and awesome.
What's up, Scott?
Hey, Scott.
Nothing but internet issues. Totally went down, and then all of a sudden Chrome was like, your camera and microphone have been blocked.
What the?
Yeah, actually, stuff.
Yeah, actually, I had the Knickknack saw my internet issue earlier, and I was like, why is everything like super duper slow right now?
Yes.
So I had to restart, and now it's working, thank goodness. So yeah, welcome Scott Barry in the house.
Thank you.
Thank you. He's becoming a regular guest on our show, which is pretty damn awesome.
It's very awesome. Thank you so much, man. It's always great to hang with you guys.
Yeah.
High five.
High five.
Wrong way.
That's awesome. You guys got it.
I'm actually just patting your head.
Patting me on the head.
There we go.
They're like, you're really nerds.
Well, congrats, Knickknack, and I'm hoping to see a review pretty soon, right? Of the Princess Leia.
Uh-oh.
Or
PJ
have you put it up?
There he is.
Oh, I was gonna say sorry about that. Speaking of internet issues, Knickknack, are we going to see a review on that Princess Leia pretty soon?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I'll probably cut it either tonight or tomorrow. So absolutely.
Awesome. I'm actually really excited to watch it because that'll be the deciding factor if I pick it up.
She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
It's nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm late to the party. Which one is it? Is it the one where she's sitting down?
The Gentle Giant where she's sitting down in the detention block.
Yeah, that one does look really good.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah. Knickknack said you could pick it up on Amazon, Scott, if you're still interested in it, because it's sold out every other place.
Yeah, $197.
Dang. If only I had $179.
Or 197, yeah.
Well, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say I did, but my Citibank had it for me.
Yes,
so,
there you go.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, congratulations. Any other Star Wars bounty pickups or?
No, that's about it for me.
Yeah, well, that's pretty awesome pickup, man.
Yeah.
Again, I'm looking forward to your review on your channel. By the way, for the people who don't know, please check out Knickknack's Plastic Planet. Super duper underrated. If only I had a quarter of his personality or his yeah, man. Awesome.
Whatever. Thanks, man. I appreciate the love.
Yeah. All right, so let's actually go to our other guests for tonight. We got Scott Barry in the house. Scott, any recent Star Wars bounty pickups?
So my wife found vintage. It's a 2010 vintage AT-AT that we went ahead and got. It's the toy. It's tall. It's like 25 inches tall.
Oh,
wow. The legacy one, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's missing the back and two of the doors or whatever. One door's almost. So I either need to, styrene them or see if I can find somebody that may have 3D printed them because it seems to be very common with this one. But it does look freaking pretty cool just sitting there. It's huge.
Nice.
I don't know where I'm going to put it, but it's definitely cool.
Put it by the Christmas tree. Isn't the Christmas tree still up?
Christmas, yeah, which now has shamrocks on it because you got to remember we got St. Patrick's Day
tomorrow.
So
yeah, I was gonna say happy
for Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, happy St.
That's
Patrick's
the most
Day,
recent.
by the way.
Thank you. And then my wife just finished the Lego R2D2.
Oh,
just
cool.
finished it last
she
night.
did. How did she like it?
Loves it. Gave her a little bit of a headache towards the end. She was really loving it, and all of a sudden she's like, that little frustration you go through. I go, well, there's supposed to be a little bit of a challenge,
Yeah,
But
you guys.
she really enjoyed it.
How many pieces was it?
I don't know, but it's good size. It's like 12, 13 inches tall. Head spins. She's debating about getting the light up bricks for it, because you can light it up. And it's pretty heavy. It's a good piece.
Oh,
really good piece.
Now,
Awesome.
didn't you guys pick up a bunch of Lego lately?
Yeah. She got the X-wing helmet Lego.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
TIE Fighter. Mandalorian head, and she got the probe droid, the Imperial droid.
She's going to be busy.
Yes. But she found, that they're really relaxing for her, and she just enjoys it. And, of course, is a huge fan of Star Wars, so nothing could be cooler.
It's a win-win.
Yeah. We keep
Nice.
looking at the big AT-AT, but, that one's a little pricey. Just a
Oh,
little
I got
pricey.
that one.
Mm-hmm. Have you built it yet?
No, I'm scared. It's very intimidating because the box is huge, and I'm like, okay, if I open this up, I don't know how many hours it's gonna take. I kind of want to do a time lapse, and I'm trying to figure out how to do a time lapse video. I might have to get my old GoPro and just kind of sit it down and just kind of do the process. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a huge fan of the AT-AT. AT-AT and the AT-ST.
Yes.
I think those are the most beautiful Imperial, I guess you call it, vehicles.
Yeah,
I've
I've
ever
got
seen.
the Bandai. I don't know. He's probably about that big once I finish it, and then the AT-ST Bandai that I need to put together. So, did you get the one with the lightsaber? Did you get the early?
Yeah, I got the
Nice.
early. I got the lightsaber. The Luke lightsaber hilt.
Mhm.
I could build that. That's pretty easy. I'm just so it's so intimidating, Scott. I think I forgot how many pieces it is, but maybe 11,000. I forgot, but I'm just looking at them like, ooh,
And it's
alrighty.
big, and you got to have a place for it because it's fragile. The thing is with those kinds of projects, you've got to set up a space that you can leave and come to it as you want, instead of I'll just go so far and then I'll put everything away, and then it's intimidating. You're like, I got to pull it all back out again. I got to
Yeah.
So,
Those are two things that I'm so glad I don't do on YouTube. I'm glad I don't review Transformers full time because I hate fucking transforming them. And I'm really glad I don't do Legos more than anything. Oh my god. I would.
Can you imagine? Hey, Knick-Knack, here. Lego goes, hey, Knick-Knack, here is
the
build
Star
this,
Destroyer.
Star Destroyer, but you got to do it at this, before this date. So
Yeah.
we could,
Oh my god. I would just, that would suck ass. I just gotta say.
Yeah, but the thing is, what I have to say, how Legos always have a certain look to them. They can't do round parts or whatever. But I got to say that the Star Destroyer and the AT-AT for sure look good in Lego. It's like it looks right in a way. You put that thing up on a shelf or in a case or whatever. It's like, oh, that's Lego. I didn't even realize.
No, you're right because something with the angularness of them
and the
shit,
bumpiness, it all kind of just works.
They're all at 90 degrees and stuff. Yeah, no, I totally hear you.
yeah.
But yeah, like the Star Destroyer, I think is what, $699, $700.
Yeah, 700.
That
It's the
one's
same as
pricey,
the.
too.
Yeah, this one's pricey too. Same with the Millennium Falcon.
Oh.
No, I do Legos, and I always have that like little bowl of Legos left over, and where the fuck do these things go?
Right?
It's
like when you put that car engine together and you got all these bolts, and you're like,
You just throw them in the oil.
Oh, yeah.
You just throw them in the oil, and they work
Right.
good too.
Even IKEA too. Speaking of bolts, you're like, did I miss a step here? What's going on? Well, congratulations, Scott, on your Star Wars bounty pickups. Lego is a very intimidating but very fun hobby. Lego building is a very fun hobby. I had my cousin. She's a pharmacist, so sometimes her job can be a little bit stressful. So she uses Lego to kind of relieve the stress. So she has that with a glass of wine, but she builds other stuff besides I don't think she does Star Wars. She does those buildings. I don't even know what they're called, but anyway, cool. It was pretty cool. But congratulations. Let's go to Sean. Sean, any Star Wars bounty pickups?
Yes, I finally got the RS Prop Masters Scout bust.
Wow.
So I have the helmet. I've waited at least, I don't know, 8 months, 9, maybe. It felt like a year for them to put them back on their site. And as soon as they put them up, I was on it. I was like, all right. I emptied out my PayPal account because I usually try to keep some funds in there for rainy
I'm
day.
the same way.
In a day. And then I just emptied it out. I was like, I don't care. I've waited for this. So that's the only thing I've got.
But dude, that's gonna look amazing.
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I mean that Scout Troopers, man. There's something about the Scout Troopers that just so cool looking, man. It's probably one of the best trooper designs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, like I love the Snow Troopers. There's another one that's pretty cool. Man, yeah. Congrats. Any other Star Wars bounty pickups?
That's it. With Hot Toys, I have a feeling a lot of releases are going to come out in the next couple of months, and then I've got a PO, the NYC Probot statue. I've got to pay for that, so I've got some things that I need to kind of pay for. So I'm really doing well by not buying a lot. But this I couldn't pass up because they're not going to be on there, much longer. So I had to jump on it. So
wow, well, congratulations, man. That is that's a pretty big piece.
It's a big one.
It's pretty awesome too.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I've waited so long to get it, and I don't know. I mean, you saw my little biker scout setup with the Ira Keller blaster, and then the print, and I've actually got pre-ordered the Hot Toys Return of the Jedi speeder bike because I never got the sideshow one.
Oh yeah, the sideshow one I had it, but I was so scared of opening it up.
Yeah.
Just because I hear a lot of like complaints about some of the smaller pieces breaking off, but I don't know. Knick-Knack, did you have the Scout Trooper speeder bike?
No, I have the old Hasbro one that I actually using the old Hasbro one with the sideshow Scout Trooper. It looks okay.
Yeah, it looks good. Like I was on the fence on getting it, and then I was like, well, if I do this bust and then I could put that, in my mind I'm seeing this. And then I took measurements of the bust, and I'm like, man, it's going to take up a majority of the space it's going in. So
yeah,
we're going to find a new spot for that speeder bike.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of speeder bike, there I go with the blurriness. What do you call this? So Sideshow's having their birthday celebration, whatever it's called. And I know for a fact that I'm gonna pull it up. The Scout Trooper on speeder bike from the Mandalorian's on sale. It's 10% off plus free shipping, which I'm like, mother effer. Like I bought this a while ago and I paid like full price for it. So, any of you guys are looking to jump on this deal, or
I already have it.
Yeah. Oh, you've got it, Scott?
Yeah. I got it when I pre-ordered it when it came out. I love it. Then they announced the Return of the Jedi one, and I'm like, I'm still fine with it because the Scout Trooper's weathered and he looks really good.
Yeah.
I have the Remnant Scout Trooper. I don't have the bike. I have and it's a beautiful figure. Yeah, but that's tempting. But I don't know. I think if I would go Return of the Jedi, honestly.
Yeah, if you have a choice, I totally agree with that. If you have a choice, but I've got the other one. I'm happy with that. I don't know if I'll go with this one or not, just because it's it's $5.
Right.
Yeah. I was gonna say, how about the Return of the Jedi one? Anyone picking this one up from Hot Toys?
Yeah, I've got it pre-ordered.
Yeah. How about you, Knick-Knack, or
It is not in my queue as of now, but that could change.
Yeah, actually, let's go to what's it called, Off the Racks, because that's where. By the way, John from Off the Rack, shout out to him, and his site is very, 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 very dangerous. Already, he's got stuff coming in. I'm like, yep, send it my way, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like it gets dangerous, man. Like, because a lot of his stuff is the prices are shipped, so I'm curious to see how much he has this for. I don't know, is it on his website? Oh, here it is. Yeah, so his is 505.
I was gonna say real quick, how many of you?
Oh, mother! Look at this dude adding Afterpay. What is wrong with you, John?
What is Afterpay? Is that like a firm?
Yeah, but like no interest at all. Like a firm, I think if you extend like the payment plan,
it's a payment plan. Yeah,
okay.
They're all payment plans, but it's still dangerous.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, he's got it for 505 shipped. So anyone, I don't know. I'm definitely gonna pick this up. So, Knick-Knack, you said you might.
Yeah, I could. I'm tempted. I'm tempted. It looks great. Like I said, I have my sideshow one on a Hasbro speeder bike, and I wouldn't mind an upgrade, but you know.
Yeah. I love the base on it. So, and the trooper looks weathered as well. Scott, are you looking to pick this one up, or you already have it on pre-order?
I don't know yet. I don't. And one of the things I was going to say is that, like, as you're cruising through the other stuff, how many of you like see something that's announced, and then 4 or 5 months go by, definitely want that, or you see a review and then you've decided that.
Oh, I'm definitely more apt to buy shit once I see it in hand. I mean, production picks are great, but when I see it in hand, that's when I'm either sold or not sold, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Scott, you're breaking up a little bit, so just in case you think we're cutting you off.
No, I know the internet's been really weird since about 5 o'clock. It's just cut out. So if you lose me, which
come back on.
Hopefully.
Yeah, it's weird. I wonder what's going on with
I don't know. Mine was bad last week. Now his is bad.
I know. Well, yeah, I think you're still
really
kind of
bad
frozen
last week. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So congratulations, Sean, on your Scout Trooper.
Thanks, man. I'm excited.
RS bust. All right. So as for me, in terms of stuff I got coming in, I do have the Iron Studios Boba Fett on the Throne shipping out pretty soon. I also have from Off the Racks, I got Darth. Oh my gosh, Darth. He's not Darth. Moff Gideon. I got Moff. I got Moff Gideon, the premium format statue coming in from Off the Racks. So I know that piece got some a little bit of like I guess you could call it hate. A little bit of hate, but I don't care. You know, I've gotten to the point of my collecting habits like I don't care what people say anymore. I just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I like it, I'll pick it up. People can say whatever they want to say. It's not going to convince me, you know?
Yeah, that's all that matters though. As long as you like it, you know, that's the problem. Sometimes we second guess ourselves because of someone else's opinion. It's like, dude, if that's why you're a collector, for your love of the piece, you know, for your love of certain, you know, if you love hot toys or props or whatever, that's your love. It's all Star Wars. We're all collectors. It's all good, you know?
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is that like, when I first started in the game, like I'll be honest, like some people like really influenced my collecting, and you know, I was new to the game. I didn't know. I was trying to look for acceptance in the community. You know, like, oh, like my piece. Like, oh, I want to be cool like you guys, or only want to pick up really good products. But then, as I get more experience in collecting, I've gotten to the point where, man, everyone's got an opinion about different pieces. It could be like the best looking piece, but someone's gonna hate it. Someone's gonna hate it. And I got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I don't care. Whatever. If you hate it, I like it. That's all that matters. And
some matters, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, I don't know what you guys think about this piece.
I like it.
Cool.
I love the base.
Yeah,
the base
I do too.
Looks good. The mixed media. Yeah, it looks like it's done very well.
Yeah, I think the portrait is probably just a little bit off. Or,
a little bit.
I know maybe some people might say a lot off.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's pretty good. I like the light up features on it. So his chest piece lights up, and his dark saber. So for me, like, I wish the Hot Toys Sideshow would go back into having some of these lightsabers light up again. I know they kind of strayed away from it a little bit, and now they're kind of back. So I don't wait, Knick-Knack, you had some premium formats too, right?
Oh yeah. I don't have. Oh, that lights up nice. Look at that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that looks fantastic. No, yeah, I got some of the older premium formats, and I have. No, I don't really have anything real recent in premium formats. The most recent one I have is the Return of the Jedi Vader, where he's on that like Death Star base, with an amazing light up lightsaber actually. But that's the most recent one I have. I've been sort of out of the premium format game for a while now. But that looks great.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, like the portrait's not like the best, but I don't care. I'm like,
Right.
I'm getting it. It lights up. I think it looks cool, and that's all that matters. And Lee David Batten, I agree, man. Collect for yourself, not impress others. So yeah, no, I'm definitely with you, man. Lane Kramer says, "Do you think this is worth getting if we already have the Hot Toys version of him?" Um, Only it all depends on what you want in your collection, right? Like for me, yeah.
I was gonna say, I guess if you just really like Moff Gideon, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For me, like all depends, right? So I'm already committed to the Mando quarter scale line from Sideshow. I already have Cara Dune. I got Moff Gideon. I got Mando. So I got a lot of their pieces. So I'm already committed. So I'm gonna have like that side just dedicated to the Mandalorian line, and all depends on the Hot Toys version too. Like it might come out like doo doo, or it might come out great. So if you have it all comes down to like what you want to display in your collection, right? It's like we can pick up all these pieces. Yeah, it's gonna look great, but like how do you display them? And I think a lot of people tend to forget that. It's all about like, okay, like get it, and then now they look like quarters with a bunch of boxes around their house. Wait a minute. I'm describing myself. Oh, wait a minute. Whoops. So yeah, no, I mean, but yeah, no, I think this looks great. What else do I have coming in? Oh, the Ahsoka Hot Toys.
Which one?
Oh,
the newest one.
Clone War?
Yeah, the Clone Wars one. So I have that pre-ordered. I know everyone was getting their email saying that it was coming to the warehouse pretty soon. So but I haven't seen anyone get a notification that it's shipping already. I only seen people getting notifications it's coming to the warehouse. It's going to charge soon. But anyway, good segue. We're definitely going to talk about the Ahsoka Hot Toys. Lee David Celebration Barbecue, which we're going to definitely talk about in just
Lee,
a sec.
How you doing?
Sorry. So, BMX Jedi said, interesting. His lights up. Is that Ahsoka one going to light up as well? Not sure. Good question. So, I'll pull up that picture in just a second. But let's talk about this Ahsoka. Anyone getting this Ahsoka figure?
I'm not. Only because I don't really collect a lot of Clone Wars stuff. But if I was a big Clone Wars fan, this would 100% be a pickup. This is a nice figure. I actually watch sideshows, they're unveiling, they're unboxing, and it's really tailored very well. I like the fact that there's actually a wire in her little headdress, I guess. And then I think she looks good either with the cloak or without the cloak. I mean, and it has the POV, the eyes, the moving eyes.
Oh yeah, the purse. Yeah,
the purse. That's it. Yeah. I think the figure looks really good, and if it fit in my collection, this would be a definite pick. Look at that. It looks really good.
Do you have Rex?
It fit?
I know I do, but I'm just gonna keep him with Cody, and just when Bo-Katan comes out,
do it.
I know, right?
Well, it's like that was the whole thing. It's like when Bo-Katan was introduced or whatever, I was like, nah. And then months later, I'm all of a sudden like, yeah, maybe I should get her, maybe I should get Ahsoka. But then I can't decide now. Looking at this one's looking really good. Between this one or the Rosario Dawson one.
Yeah. The actress that voiced her in the Clone Wars is going to be in Tennessee, in the Nashville con. It would be cool to go ahead and get Ashley to go ahead and sign that.
Yeah, have her sign the cover art print.
Yeah,
the cover art slip, should I say?
Yeah, and then you can frame it.
Yeah, that is a great idea. That's awesome. Anybody else, Scott? Like, what's your thoughts on this figure?
Now that I'm looking at it, and that the eyes are movable, I think my fear has been the arms tearing over time or anything like that, because it's all seamless. I think that's the only worry I'd have with it. But now looking at it, I think it looks really good. I was thinking about, like I said, getting the other one, but now I don't know. Now I'm confused. Thanks both, PJ.
Do it.
Whoops. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say you you should definitely do it.
That's our motto.
You guys suck.
That's our motto.
I know. I'm sorry, man. Like usually
this,
it never works. Usually we try to enable someone and then we enable ourselves and then we end up spending more money than we should have.
Yeah. See what we're gonna do? We're gonna get Sithcast shirts printed with "Do It" on the back, and we're gonna be walking around this con together, and I'm gonna see "Do It" on the back of PJ's shirt. Next thing you know, I'm gonna be over at a vendor booth just forking over money,
and I'm just gonna turn around and just, like not look
at
him.
He didn't even have to say anything.
You just add Michelle's quote to it. Do it. That's what she said. And then boom, you got the whole thing.
Damn, that's actually pretty good. I like that.
Nice.
See, we're brainstorming here. We're brainstorming. Yes. What do you call this? Knick-Knack, what's your thoughts on this figure, man?
Dude, I do have the Mandalorian Rosario Dawson Ahsoka already on pre-order. But a lot of figures, I'll walk into my local collector store here in town, and I'll like that. I walked into my local collector store a month and a half ago and saw Captain Rex. I wasn't planning on getting Captain Rex.
Wow.
So Captain Rex is now in my collection. So this could be one of those. A lot of these I don't really like to plan out. I just I'll impulse buy them when I see them in retail. This could be one that if I walked in and saw her, and it was a Friday and it was payday, I'd be like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like I got Rex because I like the character, but I thought the figure looked really good, even though he doesn't fit with anything else I have, and I was fine with that. But now I'm like, oh, she'd be perfect. She'd totally pair up. Looking at these pictures like that, you're like, that's crap. That would be great.
Yeah, no, I got the Captain Rex just because I've got all these. I have Jango Fett on order, and I got old balls Boba Fett on order. I'm like, I got all these Tamara Morrison characters. I'm like, why not get this one too? So, but now I'd have a great companion piece for it if I got her. So,
right. And where does it stop? It doesn't ever.
It doesn't. It just goes right down the rabbit hole of debt. But
amen.
Well, you know what? All I gotta say to that is YOLO. You only live once. Right?
No, you live every day. You only die once.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. That is true too. So I think this looks great. I'm definitely picking this up. I'm getting to the point in my collecting habits where I love other things, but man, the only thing that's really killing me right now is space, and that's why I'm kind of like unloading a lot of my stuff that I really don't have room for anymore, and just kind of sticking with Star Wars, man. I love Star Wars.
Nice,
here, right? Like I could just. Hopefully, I'm not breaking up because I see my internet bars like going down lower and lower. No, but like I just think that like now I just love Star Wars so much that I'm just kind of keep on investing in Star Wars collectibles. That's what makes me happy. I mean, it's great. Like I get other pieces as well, and they make me happy, but it's usually short term, right? Where I'm
right.
Like I don't.
Well,
really,
it's like I was gonna say growing up, Batman, Spider-Man, $6 million man, and that kind of stuff. Honestly, the thing that was cool is that you were into him for a little while. Like, you still like Batman, you still like Spider-Man or whatever. But Star Wars is never changed. That love's always been there.
Yeah.
There's something about it. I don't know why.
Well, Star Wars has always been a constant. Now I collect other shit. I'm living in my room right now where my other shit lives. Right. All my Star Wars stuff's upstairs. But I mean, I collect other shit. But if it wasn't for Star Wars, I wouldn't have any of this.
Yeah.
So it's really all George Lucas's fucking fault.
That's what I was going to say. But George, F you. Thanks.
He's the reason why I'm a terrible consumer. But But
yeah, and I agree too, man. Like that's why, like for me, like even though I'm kind of scaling back on my other channel to kind of just like not do as many live streams over there, and just kind of, I'm just sticking. For me, I can never stop doing sitcast because I just love Star Wars so much, and I miss. Like, this is the part of the week where I look forward to kind of talking Star Wars with my my fellow Star Wars cohorts, and like looking at the chat with my fellow Star Wars collectors and fans as well. I'm really excited for Celebration to meet half of these people or all of these people that are going. Yeah, Star Wars is it, man. Like, so that's why I'm like getting. I don't know. As the older I get and the more experience I get in collecting, I just kind of just really start focusing on the things. I know it's easy to go down that rabbit hole of collecting other things.
Oh
And
yeah.
I've done it. Don't get me wrong, I've done it, but it's only temporary. It's never permanent. Like if I were to get rid of my collection, all of my collection, the only thing would stay is Star Wars. You know,
BJ, I almost did it today with a sideshow birthday thing. They had that tweeter-head Catwoman. You know, the one where she's laying on the pillar.
Oh, she's sexy.
The Michelle Pfeiffer one.
Yeah.
They were like giving like 10% off. I've got a bunch of sideshow points. And the only reason I didn't buy it is because they didn't give me free shipping. And I was like, man, you're giving free shipping on everything else. And I would have pulled the trigger because I would have got it for a pretty good price. So yeah. But you know, that's one that, you know, you always look back at your childhood, and that was our first Batman movie we ever got to go see. Or I guess that would be the second one with her in there. But that's just something that I could see buying and not kind of regretting and keeping that one. And, you know, and I do have some Marvel and DC hot toys that I love, but I'm already looking at them going, you know, I could get rid of him and make some good money. And I'm already picking them out so I can go buy more Star Wars stuff.
No, everything in my collection is like a microcosm of nostalgia for me. It always has to have some kind of nostalgia connection. And I'm basically in the room where I put everything else. But, you know, there was other things I was into throughout my life. You know, I've got a little Transformer pocket. There's some Godzilla behind me. I got tons of dinosaurs. There's a Superman and DC's over here. But the big constant is always Star Wars. And that's why Star Wars has its own room. Whereas this has everything else has a few shelves down here, and, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, for me, like Star Wars, I'm actually redoing my Star Wars room, and I really want to do a room tour collection spotlight at some point. I've got so many things that I do want to like just kind of like show everyone. But that will be soon. I'm really working hard to try and get that. I just hate work. Work is really taking a lot of my time right now. Sean knows. I always he actually was talking to Sean on while I was working. He could hear me, and like you could hear many people interrupting me in the background. Like, oh, by the way, I'm like, Sean, I gotta go. But yeah, man. So right now, I'm looking at my collection. As much as I love these pieces in the back, I'm kind of wondering, like, should I even keep them? Because I see a lot of like more Star Wars merchandise popping up, and I'm like, well, as much as I love these, I love Star Wars more, and I'm running out of room. And real estate, people don't realize that real estate is very, very important. It's more important than money, to be honest, right?
Well, I got lucky. I got lucky because it started here. This room's really tight because I have my whole rig here that I use for video and streaming and all this other stuff. And all of a sudden it got to a point where it was like, you know, artwork or whatever, even if it's cheap, where are we going to put it? And then my wife's like, well, why don't you just hang it in the stairwell? And it's like, oh, that'd be cool. And as her love for it too, it's like it's starting to move through the entire house. So I haven't run out of room because I can always find a place for it. My paper Star Destroyer is in the bedroom right now because I haven't been able to put it, and she's fine with it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you know what it is too. Is like, you know, my wife hates it when I start like a virus going outside of like my space. It took a while for me to kind of get like some of my stuff down here, but yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to. It's real estate. It's just basically real estate. It comes down to real estate. Like I know Lee says diversity keeps it fresh, but man, it's just so many stuff is coming out for Star Wars, right? By the way, shout out to the Manimal, Milton the Manimal. You know, he and this other his co-host Justin do a podcast together called Comic-Con Podcast, the Comic-Con Podcast, and I love listening to them. They talk about comic books, but it's not just strictly comic books, but it's almost like other stuff, right, around the pop culture realm. And because of them, I'm really invested in collecting Star Wars comic books, and Star Wars comic books have exploded. Yeah. Like now first appearances are really like becoming like expensive now, like to pick up. If you see CGC grade them, like they're worth a lot of money. Like for example, now because of the Kenobi show, they showed the Grand Sith Inquisitor, and some other Inquisitors. The first appearance of the Sith Inquisitors in the comic books is worth a lot of money now. So you think about it, you think about it, you spend like $3-4 on a comic book, and in that comic there is a first appearance, and they're going to show it in live action.
Yeah,
that could turn into like a $600 like investment. So you spend $3-4 on this comic book, and now it's like worth $800 once you CGC grade them. But yeah, I think I've seen that the first appearance of the Sith Inquisitor is going for about $700 to $800 now.
Wow.
Wow. I wonder if I have that one. I don't know.
Yeah, it's from the Darth Vader second run comic book.
Yeah, I have all those.
Oh, dude, look into it, man.
I might have them in graphic novels. Some of them I bought in graphic novels. Some of them I bought individual issues of. It kind of depends.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Look into it, man. Look into it.
I'll have to take a look.
Yeah.
God, I got all those shoved in the back, just like trash. That's funny.
And it's crazy now. Like, first of all, like, for example, Dr. Aphra, first appearance of Dr. Aphra is worth a lot of money now.
Well, I have that one. I know.
Yeah, and let me tell you, if she shows up on the live action show or movie, boom, that comic book is going to explode. What else is there? Another example is also like some of the High Republic stuff, because I know a lot of people are not really big fans of the High Republic, but there's a lot of first appearances in those comic books which people are like buying up and hoping they're speccing them, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So if a lot of those first appearances show up in live action, boom. So I think that's what it's good though. Like I love to see that, because back then, like, with Star Wars comic books, it was really never like a thing, right? Like you're like, okay, it's just whatever, you just read them. But now, they're, because of the live action shows and movies, now people are really investing in a lot of them. So it's good to see.
That's good to say investment. I was never into comics. I was never into comics.
Yeah, I was getting ready to
Silly Putty. Silly Putty is cool, put it on comics.
Yeah. I was getting ready to say the same thing, Scott. I just never really got into a lot of comics. I do own one Star Wars comic from the 80s. Like, it was The Empire Strikes Back one that had Bosk on the cover, IG-11. I still own that one. And the only bad thing is I took a marker and I drew on the front of it.
Yeah. So I was into comics, but I was never, kind of sucks because when I was growing up, I did have a lot of like a good comic book collection, but unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately. Fortunately, I had a younger brother who went through like the comic books. Uh-oh, is everyone dropping out?
I'm here.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
no, I'm here. I just got to do some cold maintenance. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Because I saw Scott like turn off.
I know.
I saw
my camera.
I was like, oh my gosh.
No, I just got to blow my nose, man. I've been playing.
I'm having a sneezing fit.
I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it on screen. All right.
No. No, but like so. Yeah, so I had like a younger brother that went through my comic books and ruined a lot of them. So,
oh man,
he did that to my basketball card collection as well. So
oh geez,
yeah. So I was like, whatever, I'll forgive him. And I stopped collecting at that point. But yeah, no, it's a good thing that the comic books have the Star Wars comic books have a place now in collecting. So I'm really happy to see that. But yeah, this figure, going back to this figure, by the way, looks great. I know some people were concerned about the eyeballs like popping out a little bit more, but I don't know. I don't know what people are.
They're very piercing. They are very piercing, but I like it.
Yeah, they look great. They did a great job on this sculpt.
Yeah, see, it's great because then like we think it's great, but then there's always like a few that don't.
There's always going to be a naysaying.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I really like about it? What I really like about it, and they've explored this in the Black series some too. I really like live action versions of animated characters. I don't know what it is, but I really like. I've been collecting the Black series Bad Batch. Just something about it. And they're very, and then Black series. I mean, and they're very. There's something very cool about live action interpretations of in sculpt of animated characters. So.
Yeah, and this, I mean, I think it looks great. And and I'm definitely picking it up. Again, my concern about this piece is the seamless arms.
Yeah, I got a Wonder Woman like that, and I'm scared to put her in any pose.
But to be honest, I suck at posing, so this is just a good opportunity for me to just kind of leave it in like a museum like pose, like this. This one right here, this pose right here is probably what I'm going to use.
Yeah.
To display her. So yeah, I'm excited. My concern is here's my concern because I know Sideshow has their own Clone Wars line. It's the more animated look. Are they going to do an animated version of Ahsoka? And
Well, if they
which one would you
If they
get?
do, I'd like to see them do a younger Ahsoka, like a teeny bopper Ahsoka.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's a character that's very underrepresented.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Is her younger self, you know?
And you figured they would have to do something different too, since they would be competing directly with Hot Toys. So yeah, I would like to see the younger version.
Yeah, because this is like definitely like a. Do you think this is more of an animated look or more of a live action look?
Well, it's a live action interpretation of season 7 Ahsoka, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and no, I'm excited. I definitely can't wait to get this piece and display her next to Captain Rex and the rest of the clones. So
yeah, it's gonna look good.
Yeah, especially like the 501st clones, like So, let's see. What else do we got here? So we do have a new announcement from Sideshow, and that is the Rosario Dawson. I'm gonna pull that up. Oh my gosh, why is it not populating? Of course, my thing logs me out. Anyway, so they have the new premium format statue. And it's from the Mandalorian show. Have you guys seen that one? And I'm gonna.
Yep.
Yeah, today's been weird with this. My internet has been crazy.
Background, right? They showed a bunch of the statues, and it was behind Boba.
Yeah, so we got a more like a better picture of her. Let me see if I can pull it up. Here you go.
Oh, that's cool.
What do you think?
It's gorgeous. I mean, I got a Hot Toys coming. I don't need it in a premium format, but it's gorgeous.
Yeah, this thing needs light up sabers. That will put it over the top.
Yeah, Sideshow better put some light up lightsabers in this thing.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because
I wonder if they've backed. I wonder if they've backed off of that because that's the easy thing that can go or have a problem, and they're just like, we just don't want to screw with it because people are like, it doesn't light up. Send it back. That kind of a thing.
Time to send it to the Saber Doctor because that thing needs light up lightsaber.
Yeah,
agreed.
And here's the thing too is that that's one thing too I've seen a lot of people experience with some of their Darth Maul premium formats and some of their older light up lightsaber hilts from statues is that that's the first thing that to go is those lightsaber features or light up features. I still have mine, and to me, I rather have them do that. And if it stops working, like I rather just spend the money and send it to the Saber Doctor and get it fixed for good. Because there is a Saber Doctor out there. He's called Chris de Guzman, who fixes a lot of these, and he makes it look better. He makes it look brighter. So I'll definitely have my Saber sent to him and get it fixed. But I really hope that they kind of continue making more statues with light up.
Yeah, you have to, because I was actually at BMX Jedi's house today because he unboxed that NYC Isla Sakura statue where she's walking through and she's holding the saber up by her face, and it just brings that thing to life. I mean, I've got the light up sabers on the Hot Toys, and it makes a large difference. So I pray that Sideshow gets on board with it, and maybe they can figure out a way where it's not going to break as easy, because I think it's almost a must these days.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so let's move on. I think that's it in terms of collectible announcement. Unless you guys have anything that you want to talk about, I don't think there was a lot of
it's quiet
releases. It's been quiet, and I'm kind of scared too. Usually when it's quiet,
exactly, right?
It's still good. It's like someone's in the background. Like
I think Kenobi's gonna kick my ass as far as collecting.
Gosh.
I just really want an Obi-Wan Kenobi on a not a Kadu, an Eope.
Eope,
that's what they
it.
see. That's what they're called. Okay, good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Called Camel with Trunk.
Yeah.
Anteater camel.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Kenobi, so we got everyone's thoughts on this, but except for you, Nick Knack, and I've always been wanting to talk to you about this. What's your thoughts on this Kenobi trailer?
Oh, the trailer's awesome. I love this trailer. This was the one series that has been in the works that gives me a little pause and I'm a little fearful of, just because it goes so deep. There's nothing more deeper of Star Wars lore than dealing with Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi, especially in this interim period between the prequels and the original films. So this one gives me a little pause. I'm not saying that I'm not trying to sound like I'm a nitpicking asshole, but it's got to be done right. I have real reservations about this rumored like third duel they're going to have. Like, it kind of felt natural that they hadn't seen each other since episode 3 when they duel off in episode 4. And so the fact that they're going to have another duel inserted in there, I'm like, if it's done right, it could be great. It could be the most epic Star Wars thing ever. But if it's done wrong, you're going to screw up, 2 films that are just like the bookend films that are, that's my central Star Wars lore. Yeah. And, jacking up an episode of The Mandalorian is one thing, but this is totally different. So I'm very nervous, but I'm very excited too. So.
Yeah. And the reason why I wanted to get your thoughts on this is because I know you are a huge Revenge of the Sith fan. And the way you dissected the Revenge of the Sith really gave me goosebumps, man. So, dude, yeah, man. What's your seriously what's your thoughts about Anakin? We're gonna see Anakin, right? And we're gonna see Kenobi, Ewan McGregor, and Hayden Christensen. Yeah. So, what's your overall thoughts on that whole ordeal?
Again, this is something that could either go one of two directions. It could be just incredibly epic, and it could be just, blow my socks off. And by the looks of this trailer, honestly, it does look really good. There's nothing here that is making me pump the brakes on this a little bit. Nothing. But again, hey, who is the best at releasing awesome trailers? Historically, is Lucasfilm. Lucasfilm can polish a turd like nobody can in trailers. I mean, they make the best trailers. I mean, no, seriously, if every single Star Wars product that came out was as good as the trailer, we would never have a problem.
Yeah, we should pull up the Last Jedi trailer and see what we think. It
was great. It was a great trailer. Yeah. So again, this is the only thing that gives me pause here is just because it is really, really stepping into the lore that I love so much, so deeply about Star Wars, and so much of that was set up in Revenge of the Sith, which to me, and I'm an OG guy. Look, I got gray hair. I saw Empire Strikes Back in the theater in 1980. But to me, Revenge of the Sith is to me, it's like Empire and Revenge of the Sith 1A, 1B. I can't decide which I like better. And I still can't, 17 years after Revenge of the Sith was released. So, this is definitely going, this definitely it does have that feel that Revenge of the Sith has. And the fact that they're bringing back John Williams, holy shit, guys, everyone's like, it's
yeah. How did you, I was going to say, how did you feel, Nick Knack, when you heard Duel of the Fates in this trailer? Did that thing not give you goosebumps?
It always gives me goosebumps, man. It always gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
This is so much of this is it feels something right out of George Lucas's vision. And when you get in that vision scope, and there's people that feel otherwise than I do on this, it's, to me, that's sacred cow territory. This is where Star Wars to me stops being an IP and starts becoming a religion.
Yeah.
And I mean that in all seriousness. It does.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen,
You know?
brother.
You know,
Amen.
So anyway, I'm like really excited, but I'm really nervous too.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, you definitely bring up a great point about John Williams, right? Like we know that we know for a fact that he did the intro music to the show. So also on top of that, like the trailer is all John Williams music. It is. If you think about it, if you listen to it, it's all John
Oh, I
Williams.
know.
Mhm.
The beginning is the Battle of the Heroes. That's when Anakin fought Kenobi in Mustafar. Like you hear
Yep.
that music playing in the background. And I'm with you, man. Revenge of the Sith is my second favorite Star Wars movie of all time. And I could go back and rewatch. I rewatched that movie again because of this trailer. Just because I had those vibes, right? That darkness, the like that, that feeling you got when you're watching Revenge of the Sith, and you know that there is a lot of bad things that's going to happen in this movie. I feel it's going to be the same way with the Kenobi show. I feel there's going to be a lot of sadness that's going to happen in this,
and there should be. This is the darkest time in the in the history of the galaxy. That we know of. In the Skywalker saga. I hate that saying now because of how Disney's kind of codified it. But yeah, PJ, you're blurring out again. You look kind of like an Ashley Madison profile pic there, buddy.
No, he's in the
There you go.
How did you know, man?
I don't know. I don't know. Just saying,
funny.
you're blurring out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But again, it's great. I can't wait for this show. And just really quick thoughts, guys. Scott Barry,
Yes.
people were saying that this shot right here is Solo.
No,
Do you think?
the
No.
gun's wrong. If you zoom in on the gun, it doesn't look right.
Oh, okay. It's not the DLT-44.
Nope.
Nope.
It's
No.
not the deal.
No, I think if they wanted to tell us that or give us that hint, it would be obvious it was that gun.
Yeah.
So I don't know who this is. I mean, it could be Kenobi, even though he doesn't usually use weapons like that. But
Yeah.
just to throw them off that he's not a Jedi. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Possible.
I just hope they're careful. I don't want to see them try to ham fist too many characters into this show.
Yeah.
That's a worry too. I mean, we all just got done kind of, at least I felt kind of this way. All felt kind of felt like they ham fisted Grogu into Book of Boba. I don't want to see them try to make those mistakes in this one.
Yeah. I don't know. Sean, what do you think about the this? So you definitely think this is definitely not Solo. Do you think Solo would show up though?
I don't know. It is the same timeline. A young Solo. The Solo movie is the same exact timeline as this. There's possibility, and then we heard during Book of Boba that Harrison Ford signed something with Disney. The only thing that throws me off, Solo's gun's too iconic for him to be holding another gun. Were they talking about like there's going to be a new Jedi in this?
Yeah, supposedly.
Yeah,
but I feel like that new Jedi is gonna die pretty soon. They're
we
probably using that jet. I'm sorry, God.
I was gonna say we were talking about that same thing today. Like Anthony said, "Oh, he's done. Like he's gonna die early," and we think he's the one that's hanging up in the streets. And that could be him there, and the Inquisitor chased him down and maybe pinned him into an alley. But Jedi's not going to carry a plaster.
So. No, Kanan Jarrus did.
Oh, yeah.
That's
so
true.
Not that that's my favorite show on earth or anything, but
right.
But yeah, man, I don't think it's Solo, and I don't think it's Kenobi. It's going to be a new character.
Even if let's say it was Solo, it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't fit.
Yeah. No, I just don't want to see them.
Fit.
I just don't want to see them do that. I just don't want to see them, because when you bring in characters that don't necessarily, it just don't shrink the universe. It's we're talking Star Wars takes place in a galaxy with trillions of inhabitants. It's like, Hans, you're not going to walk around. You're not going to bump into Han Solo like it's Kearney, Nebraska. You know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah, who knows? Solo could be fighting for the Imperial Army right now because when he got recruited and he went in, we don't know what exact timeline. We just know it's kind of in the same vicinity.
Yeah, that's true. That's
You
true.
know?
I agree. Don't make the galaxy smaller than it should be. Like don't
Yeah.
connect everyone with each other. Just let them be in their own story, in their own
Yes.
world,
Yeah.
and let them be. And then if we want to explore that, then do a show on it.
Yeah.
I do want to show this and talk about this. Oh man. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. So there's been a lot of concerns, right? A lot of concerns is that, okay, is this going to be Hayden in this suit? And he was in the Revenge of the Sith's Darth Vader suit, right? And I thought he was okay. He looked great. Besides that scene where he goes, no. That one was a little bit, okay. I'll look past that. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I could look past that. But people were asking, is it gonna be what's his name? James Earl Jones voicing Darth Vader? And do we want that? Start with Scott. What do you think?
I think it would be awesome. I know he's aged, so they'd have to kind of play with the voice a little bit. But at the same time, there's a lot of things we can do now that were hard to do back then. I mean, Ben Burt did stuff, but now there's all kinds of plugins and software and vocal effects and things like that you could replicate it with somebody else or get close, get in the realm, right? So I still think James's voice is definitely, I mean, that resonates with you. Old or not, it doesn't really matter. As long as he doesn't do the no thing. And by the way, I just learned that the ending of Return of the Jedi, where it was the special edition where Vader does no again, that was added. It was never in the original.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
It was actually added in the DVD release or the Blu-ray release. Actually, it wasn't even in the '97 special edition.
Yeah, and I don't like it.
It's not
it's like I just recently found like the 4K Project 4K 77 or whatever, and have a New Hope on that. It's so refreshing to watch the original screen over the special edition.
Yeah, I agree, and I kind of wish that they would do that as a I know that was a fan made like Blu-ray that they did so that we could get like the original 77 cut in 4K. I hope that they do something like that as a one-time special edition. This is your only shot to get a 4K HDR, whatever you want to call it, whatever they have out there, 8K, whatever, original cut of Star Wars, and that's it, and I'll be happy with that. I don't care if it gets outdated in like 5 years or so. I just want to get like a high quality res of those movies,
Yeah,
I'll send you it.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just
Sean,
have that
what's your
one.
thoughts? I'm sorry, Scott. What did you say?
No. I was saying I have that. They've done Return of the Jedi and they're working on Empire, but that's as far as I know. I only have the New Hope one, but I'll send you a link that has it.
Oh, okay.
It's at least in 1080 or you download it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm different on that one, and with all due respect, I just have never been I've never been like a real purist for the original Star Wars cuts. And I've never felt the need to own like the very best version of the original films, because these are movies I grew up watching on VHS. And these are versions I grew up watching on Betamax and on scratchy film projectors at the library. I mean, so to me, it's like seeing the original Star Wars and seeing it look like shit makes total sense. That's how I remember it. It doesn't need to be crisp and pristine for me, but that's just...
No, I'm sorry. What I was going to say is when Lucas went back in, they added those special effects, this scene here and that, because it was cutting edge at the time. It was cool. But now it's so outdated, it doesn't work. It doesn't look good. So to see the original again without those little special features, believe it or not, to me, is more welcoming. I just like it better. But yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying.
No, and I hear what you're saying too.
Yeah, and just to me, I love both because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I don't want to keep mentioning it, and people already know I'm already beating a dead horse. The only thing I don't like is what. I'm just calling it from here on out. But But no, I eat up everything Star Wars. Like I just love everything Star Wars. It better be, as long as it's like not what I but like I could watch the holiday special. I could watch the first Clone Wars movie, anything, Rebels, whatever. I just love Star Wars.
I just recently binge watched the entire 1985 Droids cartoon.
Wow.
Yeah, I loved it. It's stupid, but I loved it,
Yeah, but yeah, I still love that, but yeah, let's move on to Sean. Sean, what do you think, man? Do you think James Earl Jones should reprise his role as Vader?
100%. Yeah, that's our Darth Vader. I would like to see Hayden in Vader's outfit. Yeah. I mean, you put him in him, he was in there in Sith. I have no problem with that. But yeah, if they did Jones's voice would be nice. Maybe they could do his voice if it, while he's in the helmet, and if he does take his helmet off or whatnot during the Kenobi series, you just use Hayden's voice. But yeah, James Earl Jones will always be Darth Vader's voice. I mean, you could hear it in your sleep,
Yeah, I definitely want.
Well, yeah. Whenever
go ahead.
Whenever you'd hear him speaking, you'd be like, "That's Vader." You don't even think it's James Earl Jones.
No,
you're like, "I just hear Vader."
Yeah,
yeah. I definitely want James Earl Jones, but at the same time, someone, I think BMX Jedi was kind of hinting at it or talking about it in the chat. I would rather see them do like what they did with Mark Hamill's voice in both. Mandalorian season 2 finale as well as Book of Boba Fett, where they basically, it's not Mark Hamill voicing the character per se, it's where they're actually running Mark Hamill's voice through an algorithm, Mark Hamill's younger voice through an algorithm, and creating this dialogue. I would rather see them do that with James Earl Jones, where they're running through all the Darth Vader dialogue from the original films into an algorithm to create a more younger sounding Darth Vader voice, if that makes any sense at all.
I agree.
Don't get me wrong, I love James Earl Jones, but in Rogue One he sounds old.
But the thing is that James Earl Jones has done so many different things that it would be easy to do that. They only need like 15 or 20 minutes of speech to be able to do that. I can't remember if it's an Adobe product or whatever.
Yeah, know better than I would.
He's done so many different things that they could pull from all kinds of stuff that's in that time and then put it together. You put a little effects on it because Vader's voice needs a little bit of effects, and boom, you've got it.
You got it. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's exactly what I'd like to see as well.
Yeah. I agree too. Like, so here's the thing too. Like, I am all for James Earl Jones, voicing, reprising his role or his voice as Darth Vader. The only thing that I had a problem with was Rogue One. Like when he spoke in Rogue One, you could feel the oldness.
No, he sounded aged. He did. It was a straight up voiceover. He sounded aged. But I mean, like he's. To Scott's point, they could just plug in James Earl Jones's monologue from Field of Dreams. Baseball, Roy. Baseball.
Exactly.
One constant in this country has been baseball through industry and
Bingo.
Yeah. I'm definitely all for it. So another thing I do want to talk about is that Hayden Christensen also hinted that this is going to be the most powerful you'll see Vader. So it sounds like we're going to see a lot of like Rogue One scenes.
I hope so.
Good.
I hope so. And you know what? To quote Darth Vader from Return of the Jedi, and in this sense, it's absolutely true. It should be in this timeline. 10 years in between both films. I'm sorry. Vengeance of the Sith and A New Hope. There is no conflict. He's just he's evil, he's angry, and he's fucking pissed, and
oh dude,
please
give because I mean, like, again, like for me, when that scene, the hallway scene in Rogue One, oh my gosh, dude, people thought that I was like some sort of psychopath because I was clapping when he was like cutting down those rebels. I was like, yeah. Everyone was like, what the hell's wrong with that guy?
No, there were two scenes in Disney Star Wars since Disney's bought the IP back in 2012 or whatever that was, that I've just like that was that scene, and then of course Luke Skywalker with the Dark Troopers. Just I was in the theater.
Oh,
I was in the theater with Darth Vader cutting down these rebel troopers, and I'm just like tears. Mass murder, mass murder. I love it. It's never looked so beautiful. Mass murder.
I think one of the things I loved about that scene was how slow the blade ignited.
Oh,
It was like you were just like, oh.
Yeah, it was so awesome. He's just the red blade, and you just see him, and you're just like, oh, these dudes are so fucked. It was so awesome.
And you felt that fear too. You felt it. Like you felt the rebels' fear. Like when they saw that lightsaber blade lighting up, they're like, we're done. We're done. We are done. Like that's
I think you also saw the anger.
Oh, yeah.
Because the thing is with Vader, he's always very controlled. He's sitting here force choking out this guy and having a conversation over here. He's but that scene, he was angry. He was pissed off,
he was focused.
You could sense it. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's one thing with Vader too, is that like he feeds on, like, that's how he has that dark side power, because he feeds on anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffer. But anyway, like Sean, like, what you think, man? Like, what was your, like, how was your reaction when you first saw that hallway scene?
My jaw just dropped because you see that smoke at the end, and you're thinking, is it going to be him? And then when that saber hit, you're just like, holy! Like, it was just like Nick said, it was one of the most amazing scenes.
Oh yeah.
And then, I mean, that was just the cherry on top of a fantastic movie. And when you walked out there, you're like, holy crap, we got to see Vader break some fools off. And the fact that it was just a direct, tie-in to A New Hope right in the beginning. It just flowed from that movie into New Hope. It was freaking awesome. I love it.
No, if this movie, if the Kenobi series takes on the tone and manner of Rogue One, we're in good shape.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, especially we're not seeing a lot of Vader, but we're like it's perfectly timed, like with some of the Vader scenes, like where you're like all of a sudden it's like, oh, where it's all like calm, cool, collection. All of a sudden, like Vader shows up and all hell breaks loose. He's like forcing people up in the ceiling, fucking slicing them right as he walks by. Like, how? I've never seen anything like that, dude. Like never. Who the hell like force pushes someone into the ceiling and holds him there? Right, and slashes him like he didn't forget. He's like, "Oh, I didn't forget about you, dude." Slices him in half, like as he walks by him.
Yeah, and like Lee,
still in the ceiling,
and like Lee said, we saw him at his most violent, because that was the craziest we've ever seen Vader, and you're just like, "Oh my gosh, this is like, where's this been all this time?"
Yeah, so I hope we get to see that in the new Kenobi show. If we see that, this could be one of the best shows Disney has ever put out, so
have you guys seen that remaster of the New Hope Kenobi Vader fight when they remastered it?
Oh,
I love that.
Oh yeah, dude, that was awesome.
That's the way Darth Vader should be.
Dude, that's my headcanon. I'm sorry. I love that. And it's no disrespect to the original.
I agree with you, man. I agree.
But both Alec Guinness and David Prowse, when they filmed that, they were so stiff and and it just doesn't gel with every other sword fight. Even Empire Strikes Back looks so much more fluid because they brought in Bob Anderson to choreograph as Darth Vader in the suit, and they worked with Mark Hamill extensively. Even the choreographed, the subsequent lightsaber battles in Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back are so much more fluid, but that New Hope one is just so stiff. And
part of the reason is that the blades they were using were these little spinner pieces to reflect the light, because they didn't know how they wanted to do it, and they kept breaking them. So they were trying to be careful not to break them during the fight. But that's how it comes across. Very stiff, very there wasn't much to it, and then they figured out what the lightsaber was supposed to look like done, and were able to do that for the other films and get a little more aggressive. But dude, that fan film one, was freaking awesome. That's how it should have been.
I mean, they were actually using the Force, where he's force pushing Obi-Wan into the wall, and he's just like, did he throw his saber at him at that? Was that the?
He threw his saber. Yeah, and that was sick.
Yeah, and
dude, Oh, by the way, after the show's done, like after we're done talking, like I'm gonna go rewatch some of the scenes again before I go to bed, and
Pull it
I'll have
up.
a nice good night's sleep too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, no, I'm really excited to see Vader in action because that's one thing too that we kind of like didn't really get a lot of is to see Vader like really kick some booty. I mean, we got a little bit of it, a little taste of it in Rogue One, but if we get to see it in full force in the Kenobi show, dude, I am all down for it. On top of that, we're getting Sith Inquisitors, we're getting Luke, we're getting yeah, so uh, this is also a good segue to talk about like so supposedly Maul was supposed to be the original let me pull up that original villain for the Kenobi show. And I'll read this excerpt from this article. The report says that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau looked over this version of the script, talking about the older version, and told Amini and series showrunner Deborah Chow to go bigger, voicing their concerns that the story of an aged Kenobi protecting a young Luke would be too similar to the relationship between Din and Grogu's relationship in The Mandalorian. Eventually, those concerns made their way to Lucasfilm head Kathleen Kennedy, who put the whole project on hold. Amini left the project with Joby Harold being brought on as the writer. So, do you guys think that they made the right choice by making Vader the main villain
Yes.
of this show than Maul? And I'll go to Sean first. I know you're a big
Maul fan. Yeah.
Maul fan.
Yeah, no, they definitely made the right choice. For one, we all want to see the rematch.
Vader.
You know, we want to see Kenobi fighting Vader.
Mm-hmm.
And we know Darth Maul, you know, Kenobi's his mortal enemy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but the problem is, it will retcon anything that happened in Rebels, because in Rebels, Maul was he was spending all of his time trying to track down Kenobi, and then when he finally did, that didn't last that long. So that, you know, they can do it. And, you know, I don't know if they just want to bring Maul back because he's just so badass looking, but it's like, don't do it. We want Vader. Like, I think the Vader's going to sell it more than the Maul.
Yeah, and I agree too, man, because I think, Maul like hates Kenobi, but no one hates Kenobi more than Vader, dude.
Yeah.
And like that anger you felt at the end of Revenge of the Sith
so good.
When Anakin was like, "I hate you," and you're like, "Oh, damn, okay,
yeah, I felt that.
I felt that. Damn, I felt the hate."
It's great.
Well, wouldn't you also think at this time that Kenobi thinks Maul is dead and gone?
Yeah, that's true. That's
You
a
know?
good point. Yeah. So, Nick, what's your thoughts, man? Do you think they made the right choice with Vader?
Oh, I gotta wait and see. I can't say. I just, you know, I was talking about some of those concerns earlier. You know, again, we're treading into central lore for me, and you know, I can't say if they made the right decision or not. I do like the way this is worded, that it was actually Filoni and Favreau that voiced the concerns and brought it up to Kennedy, and it wasn't Kennedy on her own.
Yeah,
you know, her own accord, because that's sort of the narrative I'd been hearing. You know, I really haven't been diving in too much into it, you know, across the YouTubes. But that's good to hear that it actually came from you know, Favreau and Filoni. So that's good news. I gather.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's good too because, you know, a lot of people, including myself, have their distaste for the sequels, and we blame Kathleen Kennedy for it. So the fact that, you know, someone did say it was for Favreau and Filoni kind of voiced their concerns, and I give credit to Kathleen Kennedy for doing something about it, because instead of saying, "Oh no, just go with it," like, no, just we're already involved. Like, no, the fact that she halted production and told everyone, "Hey, we're gonna halt production. We're gonna get a new writer, and we're gonna do this the right way." I give her my hats off to you, Kennedy, but it's only halfway out. We shall see how this show turns out. If it turns out like crap and you ruin my my love for Anakin and Vader at some point, man, I'm coming after you, man. I'm coming after you, Kathleen. No, I'm not coming after you. Please, guys, don't cancel me. I'm just gonna get very angry and cry in a corner somewhere.
Yeah,
I'll be in a puddle of tears.
I don't know. Again, I go. I don't know how much of even the sequels was her fault. I go back and forth. I kind of blame Abrams and Johnson more than her for the sequels. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't. It's easy, and I villainize her all the time myself. But maybe that's me too. Maybe that's not fair.
Yeah, but maybe that is not fair, and maybe there is more to the story than that we've seen so far. Yeah, maybe it was Ryan and JJ, and I think we shall see. But
yeah,
Scott,
I was going to say there's a lot writing on this, way more than like the Book of Boba, like you said, Nick. It's like central lore. This is the perfect series to cross and bring the prequels into the OT. Like there's going to be a lot of pressure on them if this thing's bad.
Yeah. Scott, what's your thoughts?
Oh yeah. Well, I was just thinking also too. You got Andor coming next, so we're still in the same era, time frame, whatever. I feel it's going to be good and dark, but man, definitely choosing Vader. I'm excited to see Vader pop up and all that for sure.
So you
over
think
Maul? I think Maul would be cool. Yeah. But I think they made the right choice by going that. And the other thing, too, is we know that Filoni and Favreau, but definitely Filoni, is a huge Star Wars fan and knows it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He knows the whole where things should be and where the timeline should be, and this makes sense with that and all that other stuff. Obviously, if Kathleen was convinced to change it, then they did something right.
Yeah, and Darth Maul, just to dovetail back to him for a second. And I love Darth Maul, but between the Clone Wars and Rebels, he's kind of been done. Mm-hmm. And hell, he was in Solo too. He's kind of been done. I mean, it's at some point, I don't know how much more Darth Maul I need. I mean, I love Darth Maul, but Right.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I think they ended, and spoiler alert, they ended his story pretty well with Rebels, right? The way it ended, I thought that was very poetic. Mm-hmm. And I think I agree with you. I don't want to see Darth Maul anymore. We kind of exhausted. I mean, because Maul was in Clone Wars and Maul was in Rebels, and we saw Maul in Solo. I mean, if anything, I might want to see him here and there, but I don't want to have a full story dedicated to him. I think we already got that with the Clone Wars and Rebels. So I'm ready to move on and see more Vader, because seriously, like, that's what we've always wanted to see, is more Vader kicking butt, and just more of the story of right after Revenge of the Sith, right? Like, because Vader was at his prime, and to kind of see that in live action is going to be pretty cool
if it's done right. Guys, if it's done right, this could be.
If it's done right,
if this could be the most epic Star Wars ever, and from what I've seen so far, I have no reason to think otherwise. But And what do you guys think about the fact, the possibility that we're actually going to see probably, and they'll probably de-age both Ewan and Hayden for this. We'll see some flashbacks to the Clone Wars with Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor in live action. How cool is that? How cool is that?
Yes.
How about you see a young Ahsoka? Come on, Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka, but a younger version.
De-aged,
And you get to see the banter, because you have to think too. There's a lot of people that didn't watch the Clone Wars, right? You didn't see the banter that you saw with Anakin and Obi-Wan, and Snips too. So to kind of see that in live action and to introduce that to the people that didn't watch the cartoons will be so awesome, right? And I just think they should do that, and I'm really excited to see that and kind of see Anakin as a good guy kicking butt. So.
Yeah,
I don't know, Sean, what's your thoughts?
I love Darth Maul, but Star Wars is built on the foundation of the Skywalker story. Yeah, I want more Skywalker. I want more Anakin. So
I agree.
This has to be Vader.
I agree.
Oh no, we're talking about like the flashback of the.
Oh, you're talking about the flashback? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, anytime you can bring the animated series, like you say, into live action, I love that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, to me, Star Wars is Luke Skywalker, whether it's Luke Skywalker himself or his backstory, which is the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all the prequels and the Clone Wars are, is Luke Skywalker's backstory at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, how about you, Scott?
What was the question?
No, basically, Nick Nack was asking. It was
That Clone Wars section is what we're talking about. Going back into Flashpoint. Yeah, I think that would be great. I agree. I agree with what Sean said. Anytime you can see the animated stuff come and be brought to life, I think would be cool. I'd also be curious on a backstory with R2-D2 because apparently he's been there from the beginning, right?
He's seen it all.
Anakin created him or whatever and brought it. He's seen it all, and his memory's never been wiped. C-3PO's has.
Yeah.
Right? So, which makes me think, did R2 recognize Grogu and know who he was, or R2 recognize Obi-Wan when we saw him in A New Hope? But Obi-Wan was trying to play under, like, I don't recall owning a droid, playing that whole game. If there's more of a story behind that, I'd be curious.
Yeah, because I tell you what, that sumbitch can keep a secret now.
Yeah,
I know, seriously.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this guy right here.
Like, there's a thing with R2 is like he has this whole, like, he knows the whole, like, backstory to everyone's life, but the fact that maybe he only speaks in ones and zeros, it basically means he can't tell it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree. But BMX Jedi says R2 is no snitch.
Yeah.
He definitely isn't.
Yes.
He's seen it all.
True.
And all right, so let's move on to some more little bit news. So Samuel Jackson is ready to return as Mace Windu. I don't know about this one, guys. Let's go to Scott.
Yeah, didn't Mace go out the window?
Oh my god.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right, Scott, what's your thoughts? Do you think he should shoot us? No. Oh my god!
I totally welcome him coming back, but at the time I keep thinking, no, my character's dead. But I'm all for it either way. I could take it or leave it. I think that's where I sit, because when I see Samuel L. Jackson, I want to see the Samuel L. Jackson that I know. I want to see him cussing like crazy and going off, and you can't really do that in Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This party's over. I've had enough of this effing. Yeah, whatever.
Exactly. Can't do that
Jedi's in this. I don't know. Sean, what's your thoughts?
I'm good either way. Yeah. Go ahead.
I agree with Scott. I'm good either way. But I mean, in Star Wars, you don't have to bring back every character that was, got killed. We love the characters, but either way, I'm happy with it. You just got to do it the right way. You got to find the right series to put them in. You got to find the right timeline, the right story. I'm good with it. It's not going to break my heart if he doesn't show up.
Yeah, it's got to work. It can't be forced. If it's anything that's forced, it's like, stop it. Go away.
Why can't he be in this series as a flashback? That's fine.
That's fine.
That's the way to do it. The motherfucker's dead, though. I don't want to see him show up in The Mandalorian or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm with you guys. I mean, he's dead. Like, to me, he's dead. Like, he freaking got electrocuted. His hand got chopped off, and he freaking got shot out the window.
If there's one character I want to see him bring back, like Gandalf the White, it's going to be Luke Skywalker. But if we have to live with the sequel films, that is. But
yeah.
Well, it's like in this Kenobi series, they show the young Skywalker. So the question is, do you think we'll get a flash somewhere of a young Leia?
Maybe.
Possible.
It has to be. It has to be. We have to see it.
Well, Jimmy Smits is in it, so I think that's a good possibility.
Oh, that's a very good possibility. Yeah.
It'll be nice, and they play her her Leia music, like the John Williams Leia music. Oh, that would be
little kid with these huge freaking cinnamon buns.
Oh, that would be just awesome. So, by the way, I want to just show you guys this. There's too many memes going around with this. I'll show you guys.
Oh, with the binoculars?
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah.
The
best one is the Vader one.
Look at this.
I haven't seen that. That one's good.
I'm like, oh my gosh, these guys are taking away and running with this thing, man.
Look at Yoda in the paint bucket.
Like, what the heck? Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I want Mace dead. If they're gonna do it, they're gonna just do like a flashback. I think that's the best way, and maybe we could see Mace kick some booty, as a in the flashback. But
Did they cast a young Leia? BMX Jedi said.
I hadn't heard, but maybe.
Let me look on IMDb.
yeah,
that would be curious because that could be interesting if they do it right.
Yeah, exactly. I think they will. So. All right, so let's move on. Last topic for tonight, and we're going to wrap things up. Thank you to everyone tuning in. I hope you guys are having a great time watching our stream, our episode. So, one more topic: celebration. Who is going? You guys excited? Let's go, Nick Knack. Nick Knack, are you going to celebration?
Over the last 2 years, there's two things I've learned about myself. One, I'm a hoarder, and the other is I'm a shut-in. So probably not.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll just own it. I do travel, but fan conventions really aren't my thing.
Oh, okay. Would you guys? I was gonna say, would you at some point like maybe a smaller convention at some point?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't. I did Comic-Con back in the day, San Diego Comic-Con a couple times back in the day, and they're fun, but they're not really my bag.
Gotcha.
Too many people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I totally get it, dude.
Yeah.
How about you, Scott?
I don't know what's going to happen or if we're going to be able to get him or what's going on. But I can tell you this, since I live about an hour, 20 minutes, I'm going to definitely go up and meet up with you guys and Lee and all that other stuff. So hopefully at least be able to hang for a little bit or see each other regardless if we can go in or not, But I'm at least looking forward to that, hanging out for a couple times and seeing everybody. Because there's at this point, there's so many people to hang with, and with Lee doing the celebration barbecue and some other stuff, at least the majority of the group will be together.
Yeah.
Instead of having to chase people down,
Exactly. And the con can be overwhelming because it's so big and there's so many people walking around. Like, Nick Knack said, there is a lot of people. And sometimes you just kind of want to it's cool to interact with the people, but sometimes you just want to just go in, just check out the stuff and bounce. So
and that can be hard to do with that many people. I mean, every year we would do the NAMM show, which was done in Anaheim, and
I think
hundreds of thousands of people there. But it wasn't sticking with this. Sorry, am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yes, no, okay.
Yeah.
So the thing is, not to a point to where you can't move and all that other stuff, because that would freak me out.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
How about you, Sean? I know we
but
talked about it.
But they've also got heavy restrictions. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Heavy, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. So
Yeah.
Sean, what's your celebration?
I'm not going. I've never been to one. I definitely have it on the bucket list. I at least want to go to one, but I'm going to wait till it hits the East Coast. It would be nice if it was down in Orlando because my best friend lives in Tampa, so he can come over. Or even if it heads up your way, PJ, New Jersey, New York, Chicago again. But, I've been to some smaller cons. I think the one in Nashville next month is going to be my biggest. And then the fact that there's going to be some good actors there. This is going to be my baby step into celebration. So,
yeah,
I'm going to wait for the East Coast. And if it comes back, then hopefully by then there won't be any restrictions.
Yeah. No, I agree with you guys. I'm more of when New York Comic Con first started, I enjoyed going to it. Just because there's not that many people, you can kind of walk around and enjoy the vendors and enjoy talking to people. But as it got bigger, it's gotten way too inconvenient. You're just, first of all, to get into the con took forever. Especially with the lines, they're checking your bags and, things like that. And on top of that, to get stuff, you're always on lines. That's the number one thing, is that you're always in line. But the benefit is that when you're in line, you get to meet different types of people who share the same interests as you, which is great. One thing I enjoyed about Celebration was the fact that, especially the last one, I was kind of scared going to that one just because it was post Last Jedi, post Last Jedi, and they were introducing the Rise of Skywalker movie in that celebration, and I was afraid of getting into discussions or arguments with other fans about The Last Jedi, because you know how I felt about it. But it's great because then when I went there, people put their differences aside and just realized that they all shared the same passion, which is Star Wars. And it was great because then you got to see many different artists, people like, you know, who you saw on the internet, or whether you saw them in on YouTube or something. You get to see them, talk to them in person. So with that being said, I am going. I got a 4-day pass. It was weird because when I initially tried to buy the tickets, it said that the 4-day and the Saturday passes were sold out. But then Lee mentioned, but then Lee mentioned to me, he's like, "Hey, dude, it's still there." And I like, what? So I refreshed the screen, and it was the 4-day and the Saturday were still available. And I'm like, I wonder if they did that as a ploy to get people to buy like individual? The other day. Yeah, individual.
Yeah.
I have possibly a feeling because now
it could be a glitch. It could be anything, you know?
Yeah. So I'm not sure because it was weird because then I tried it again. Like I bought the 4-day pass and then I tried it again and it said the 4-day and the Saturday were still sold out. And then I refreshed it and then it went away. So I'm like, dude, are they really trying to sell the individual tickets? I think they are. And I'm not sure is because people are discouraged because of the restrictions now. And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it. So this is kind of like discouraging me from going. The fact that we have to wear masks indoors. And don't get me wrong, like I get it. Listen, I work in the healthcare field. I wear masks all day. I just don't want to wear it when I'm meeting like my favorite hero, like whether I meet Mark Hamill, right? I don't want to take a picture with Mark Hamill with a plexiglass in between us, because that's what I did with the armor. So when I met the armor, it was cool meeting her, but I had a plexiglass when I was taking a picture. I had a plexiglass in between us. Yeah. And I'm like, this kind of takes the experience out of it, like meeting the people that you want to meet.
Well, the other thing too is out here in California, we're seeing a lot of it come down or release, that you don't have to have a mask here, you don't have to do this, and yet they're like full force because Disney's across the street. And they may still be asking to put masks on indoors depending on where it's at, but it's totally open on the outside. They're also not demanding the other part of it. They're just allowing people to come in. They're not checking any of that stuff.
Yeah, and CD recommends that you could actually take off your mask indoors now, right? That's not they're recommending you. So I don't know. Long story short, it's just that to be in a con with like a bunch of people wearing a mask might make me like a little bit more claustrophobic, you know? So but besides that, I am still going as of right now. I'm probably gonna head out to Tennessee, to Nashville, and check out that con. But RMD Collective, he said this will be my first celebration, and I am looking forward to meeting you there, dude. Like seriously. So hopefully to the people that are going to the con, I'm looking. If you are around, hit me up on Instagram, and if you want to meet up and talk Star Wars and just kind of hang out for a bit, maybe grab a beer, because I know sometimes they sell beers in the con, so it's cool to walk around with a beer in your hand.
I'd need a lot of beer at a con.
It's dangerous though, Nick Nack.
I was just saying, man, and maybe, and I know you don't want to. I understand why you wouldn't want to wear a mask, but maybe wearing a mask at a con might not be a bad thing, man.
I know.
All that BO, man. It's just I don't know.
I'm gonna and before we wrap things, I do want to mention actually. So there is con crud. There is such a thing as con crud. It's not COVID, but it's just you get sick because you're sick.
We used to call it, because it was a NAM show. We used to call it NAMthrax. Everybody gets sick after it,
Yeah. But can I tell you the worst BO? I've been to a lot of cons. I've been to New York Comic Con, San Diego, Celebration. BO is not bad, but the worst BO I've ever experienced in a con is those video game convention. Let me tell you, dude.
Oh, because they've been sitting there for 10 hours?
The stress.
Yeah, dude. Let me tell you, man. I went to PAX East in Boston, And man, did some of those guys smell like doo doo. Like they literally were playing video games and probably never took a shower. Because some of them compete in some of these tournaments, so they're probably like, as soon as they're done like playing the tournament, they go to their hotel and probably play more video games and practice more, and don't even take a shower.
Because I'm not trying to shit on my fellow. I'm not trying to shit on my fellow nerds here, man. I mean, I'm one of you, but you know what, man? Take a shower, man.
Yeah, no, I'm one of you guys too, but seriously,
you don't need to walk around smelling like a sandwich. I'm just saying,
Yeah, no, but it smelled like it. Just take a quick 5-minute shower, man, or put, that's all I'm saying. But anyway, I am still looking forward to Celebration. I'm wondering if they're probably going to have a Kenobi panel, because Kenobi's going to air that Wednesday, and that is the first day of Celebration.
That's right.
So I think that is the first day of Celebration. Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
25th.
Yeah. So anyway, so it'd be cool to kind of watch that and kind of talk to my fellow Star Wars fans about the first episode. So yeah, I'm still going, and I might hit up what's that called? Galaxy's Edge over there on Disneyland. I never experienced that. I got to experience the one in Disney World, so I wonder if there's any differences between them.
There's not.
Oh, there's not. Okay.
I've been to both. They're pretty similar.
You had? Oh, they're pretty similar. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
but I do want to meet like Hugh. He says, I'm going to Star Wars Celebration on Friday. Would love to meet you, PJ. I'll send you a message on Facebook if you want to meet up at the con. Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, yo, let's have some beer. Let's go to Regal Robots booth. Let's talk Star Wars. Let's go to someone else. Let's check out some of the Star Wars artwork. Let's hang. That's one of the things, dude. I love Star Wars so much. I love to talk Star Wars. So, and not to go into more of a tangent and make this show even longer. Let's wrap it up. Nick Nack, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, not only for coming on the show, for being such a good friend and
of course, brother.
Big Revenge of the Sith fan as well, because that's something we have in common, which I'm so proud of. I'm so happy about that we both love Revenge of the Sith. And oh my gosh, Darth Muffet. I will not take a shower all of May.
I love the
Darth
name.
Darth Muffet. Don't message me on Instagram. I'm just kidding. I'll still meet you. So Nick Nack, can you tell everybody listening and watching where they could find you?
Oh man, just check me out here on the YouTubes. I'm at Nick Nack's Plastic Planet. I do mostly action figure. I wouldn't even say action figure reviews, but I do action figure showcases and display showcases and things like that. And I try to drop a little humor into my videos now and then. And I just have we have a really good time here. And I was just recently recognized by FeedSpot as one of the top 35 best action figure channels on YouTube. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
congrats.
Awesome.
No, thank you. Thank you. So, don't have a lot of subscribers here, but you know what? You will get a lot of honesty. There's no Patreon. I don't want you to give me money. I just want you to give me views and give me a subscription if you're so kind. So,
yeah,
that's it.
And that's one thing too, is that that's the, if you love the content and you want to support, that's the least, seriously, is the least you can do. Just hit that like button and subscribe. We don't do this for the money, because there's no, trust me, if I showed you if we got me and Nick Nack, we were doing it together at the same time, and then we were like, yeah, we got monetized, and then we were like,
yeah, it took me like 6 months to get a check. It was forever, Yeah.
YouTube takes so much.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's the thing too, is that definitely check out Nick Nack's Plastic Planet. One of the most, like I said, one of the most underrated channels out there. He's honest, funny, and just organically great. You don't get a lot of fluff. That's one thing I love about his channel. All right, so Scott Barry, where can people hit you up? You have any Instagram that you want to plug in, or
they can find me at home?
Okay, find Scott Barry at home. Instagram handle at home.
I keep forgetting to use Instagram. I think it's under Scotty Keys, so it's Keyz, one word, Scotty, and then Keys, Y. And then, of course, on Facebook, I'm on Facebook. And I do have a YouTube channel, but there's not much there. It's just a couple little performances of me playing. So not a big deal. But, yeah, just hit me up on Facebook is probably the easiest or whatever. And, yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you for hopping in the show. We love having you on.
Yeah,
man.
guys, thank you.
Awesome to hang with Scott.
Nick. Sean, dude, I'm so happy we were doing this on this channel. I think it was great.
Yeah.
What'd you think, man?
Yeah, we got some, we had some followers that made it into this channel. So we just got to spread the word. So everybody go to Sithcast podcast on YouTube. That's our new streaming site. And then also we're on Instagram at Sith_cast. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And we're going to try to keep it up to date to let everyone know, when we're doing the shows and what guests and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just want to say from the bottom of our hearts, like even though we don't have a lot of followers or subscribers in this YouTube channel, it sometimes is great because I kind of want to make this a little homey and this part of the streaming world, right, where we come in you're going to be hit, but nothing but positivity and just have a lot of fun and hopefully join in some of our conversations. And also to anybody that wants to come on the show, if you don't bring any drama and want to talk Star Wars, you're more than welcome to hop on.
Awesome. That is awesome, man.
No, that's all what it's all about. We use this as an escape, and that's what I'm very adamant about.
And the positivity, keeping it positive. Leave that negative shit at home somewhere else. Just
unless you go to a Comic-Con convention and don't wear deodorant, and then other than that,
then it's on.
Other than that, then
I guess I just came across as the big dick in this one. Huh?
No, stop.
You are now known as Nick the. Never mind.
Nick the dick. What was that from? Was that from Bachelor Party? Tom
yes, it was.
Oh my god. Yeah. No, but thank you to all the guests. Thank you for all the viewers watching. I really appreciate it. More content to come. And also, I know a lot of people are waiting for this announcement. So we are going to continue the Spec Fiction Shop giveaway this Sunday on my regular Paradox Nerd channel.
Come on.
Guys,
remember, my name's spelled SCOTT.
Well, I mean, hey, man, I just want someone to win this beautiful thing. Todd from Spec Fiction is going to be hopping on to talk, collectibles and his company as well. And for us to finally give it that Luke Skywalker from XM Studios to hopefully you could find a nice home for that.
I know.
I think we'd love to come to the Plastic Planet. It's just,
dude, I would just love, if you want, I'd be so happy, dude. I would just be happy that anyone won it.
Yeah.
The thing is that, like, I want this to go. It's such a great giveaway, and I want it to go to a good home. I don't want to go to someone that just...
My home is very nice.
Yeah, I agree. But I just want to go to someone that really isn't a supporter of the channel, or probably just saw the giveaway as he's scrolling through YouTube.
I saw the giveaway as I was scrolling through.
That you don't deserve that. No, but you don't want it to go to that person because again,
and you know what? Too many people like to actually win some of these. They enter it and they're like, I don't care, and they're like, oh, cool, and they could care less about whatever.
Yes.
And it's like,
that's what I'm all about. So, but yeah, it is going to be our last shot of trying to give away this thing. If no one wins it, this Sunday,
will be mine.
I
gotta keep trying, man. You gotta let me at least keep trying.
I know, man. I know. And the thing is that we will save it for maybe May the 4th or something like that.
And if you guys know of anyone that's entered, just tell them get on the show. You've got to be present.
Right.
Let's flood the chat. The more people that's in the chat, the better chance we have of giving this thing away. So
I know,
spread the word.
The word. Be there. When we there's one guy that was like not there. We called out his name, and then they're like, "Oh, I showed up." By the way, Wilson Camacho. Hopefully, he said he got the giveaway from Off the Rack Collectibles, so he's gonna be posting some pictures.
Cool,
dude, that's an epic giveaway. And some of the posters I sent him his way, and the stickers. Giveaway is good. But again, thank you guys for tuning in, and may the midichlorians be with you guys always and forever.
See you guys.
Take care, everyone.
Do it. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.